Imagine this. The lights are flashing, the cameras are rolling, and the whispers of scandal echo louder than the cheers of the stadium. Travis Hunter, one of football's brightest young stars, should be celebrating the height of his career, but instead he finds himself caught in a storm that no touchdown can save him from. Fans are buzzing, social media is in meltdown, and now none other than Dr. Umar Johnson himself has stepped into the chaos with a warning so sharp, it feels like a thunderbolt aimed straight at Travis's future. "Wake up before she takes half of your money," Dr. Umar declared, sending shockwaves across the sports and entertainment world. But what did he mean? Who exactly is Travis's fiancée, and why is her presence stirring up whispers of betrayal, greed, and manipulation? Was this young athlete's fairy tale romance destined to turn into a nightmare? Or is this all just smoke and mirrors to cover up a deeper, darker truth? Stay tuned, because this isn't just about love, it's about loyalty, money, family, and the kind of drama that could break more than just hearts. Fans are asking, is Travis walking into the biggest trap of his life? The story begins not under the bright stadium lights, but behind closed doors and whispered conversations and nervous glances. Travis Hunter, the young superstar everyone has been praising for his raw talent and charm, seemed to be living the dream. His career was skyrocketing, endorsements were pouring in, and his personal life appeared picture perfect. Yet, as fans cheered from the stands and congratulated him online, a different kind of energy was brewing in the background. It wasn't the energy of celebration. It was the unease of suspicion. For months, people close to Travis have been raising eyebrows about his fiancée. Friends who once stood proudly by his side now whispered in hushed tones. Family members avoided confrontation but carried worry in their eyes. And just when the tension seemed ready to explode, Dr. Umar stepped into the conversation with words that sliced through the public image like a knife. "Wake up before she takes half of your money." Those words weren't delivered casually. They were firm, deliberate, and full of warning. Dr. Umar had built a reputation for speaking blunt truths, often controversial but impossible to ignore. When he looked into the camera and addressed Travis directly, fans felt chills. It wasn't just advice, it felt like a prophecy. People immediately began speculating. What did Dr. Umar know? Had he seen signs the rest of the world was blind to? Social media flooded with comments, with fans torn between defending Travis's fiancée and agreeing with Dr. Umar's stark warning. "She's been by his side from the start. Why can't people let them be?" One fan argued, "Nah, Dr. Umar is onto something. I've had a bad feeling about her since day one." Another countered. The debate grew fiercer. And so did the questions. At the center of it all was Travis himself, torn between love and loyalty on one side and caution and self-preservation on the other. People close to him say he's been restless, replaying Dr. Umar's words in his head. What if he's right? Travis reportedly asked a close teammate one evening, "What if I'm making the biggest mistake of my life?" The teammate, reluctant to interfere but unable to ignore the situation, simply replied, "Bro, just look at the patterns. Love is love, but money changes people. You need to be sure she loves you for you, not for what you've got." Those words added to the fire already raging in Travis's mind. Behind the scenes, the tension between Travis's fiancée and his family began to surface. His mother, who has always been protective, was particularly vocal. "Travis, you've worked too hard for this," she warned. "Don't throw it all away because of someone who might not be here for the right reasons." But the fiancée didn't take these warnings lightly. She snapped back, tears in her eyes, claiming she was being unfairly judged. "I love Travis, not his bank account." Why is that so hard to believe? She cried one evening during a heated family dinner. The room grew silent, but the damage was done. Emotions ran high and the family was left divided. Some supported her, believing her love was genuine, while others sided with Travis's mother, convinced there was more to the story. And just when the dust seemed like it might settle, another twist emerged. A source close to the family claimed they had seen the fiancée in conversations with an ex-boyfriend, conversations that didn't look innocent. Rumors swirled that the ex had been bragging about how she's just securing the bag and that he still had a connection with her. The whispers reached Travis's ears and his heart sank. He confronted his fiancée late one night, his voice breaking with a mix of anger and desperation. "Tell me the truth," he demanded. "Are you with me for love or are you with me for money?" She looked at him, her eyes filling with tears, but her silence lingered just long enough to plant seeds of doubt. Finally, she whispered, "Travis, how could you even ask me that? After everything we've been through?" But her words, instead of calming him, only deepened his uncertainty. Friends say Travis has been spending long hours alone, avoiding phone calls, skipping out on team gatherings, and isolating himself from the world. He's kind of storm of emotions, love, fear, doubt, and betrayal all colliding in his chest. Meanwhile, the media has seized on the story like vultures circling a feast. Headlines scream of Dr. Umar's shocking warning and Travis Hunter's relationship under fire. Talk shows dissect the situation, with hosts debating whether Travis is blinded by love or if he's simply misunderstood. One commentator remarked, "This is more than just a romance issue. This is about a young man who has his whole career ahead of him. One wrong move, one wrong partner, and everything could crumble." The drama only escalated when Travis's fiancée decided to speak out publicly. In an emotional social media post, she defended herself, saying, "I will not sit back and let people destroy our love with lies and jealousy. I know who I am, and Travis knows my heart," but the post, instead of silencing the critics, only fueled them. Some accused her of playing the victim, while others claimed her words sounded rehearsed, as if crafted to protect her image rather than her relationship. Travis found himself at a crossroads. On one side was the woman he had once believed was his soulmate, the person he thought he could build a future with. On the other side were the warnings, his family's suspicions, his friends' concerns, Dr. Umar's prophecy, and the relentless scrutiny of the public eye. In private moments, Travis has admitted to feeling suffocated. "I can't even tell what's real anymore," he confessed to a childhood friend. "Is she here for me or for what I represent? Am I in love or am I trapped in a fantasy?" His fiancée, sensing the cracks in their relationship, began pressing harder for commitment. She wanted a wedding date, public declarations of loyalty, and proof that he was all in. "If you really love me, then show the world," she demanded during one of their tense arguments. The pressure only made things worse. Travis, already overwhelmed, felt like he was being pushed into a corner, and just when he thought things couldn't spiral any further, a shocking revelation surfaced that left everyone gasping. Dr. Umar himself claimed he had been contacted by someone close to Travis's fiancée, someone who allegedly had proof of her hidden motives. Fans were stunned. Was this the final piece of the puzzle? Was the truth about to come crashing down on Travis's fragile world? The stage was set for a confrontation that could either shatter the illusion of love or expose the lies that had been festering beneath the surface. But as emotions boiled and suspicions grew, one thing was certain: this was only the beginning of a drama that would shake Travis Hunter's life to its very core. As the whispers grew louder, Travis found himself staring at his phone late at night, scrolling endlessly through articles, comments, and videos about his own relationship. Every swipe only deepened his sense of dread. Dr. Umar's stern warning wasn't fading into the background. Like some passing controversy, it was spreading like wildfire. Fans were dissecting every detail of his fiancée's behavior, from her body language during interviews to the way she smiled at cameras. "Look at her eyes," one fan commented on a viral clip. "She looks more interested in the spotlight than in Travis," another wrote. "She's planning her next move, I can feel it. She's planning her next move, I can feel it." The noise was impossible to ignore. Even teammates began throwing in subtle remarks, joking during practice, "Better get that prenup ready, bro," though their laughter carried an edge of seriousness. Travis tried to brush it off, but the words clung to him like shadows. Then came the night of the confrontation. According to sources close to the situation, Travis decided he couldn't keep bottling it in. He sat across from his fiancée in their living room, the glow of the television casting eerie light across the room. "I need you to be honest with me," he said quietly, his voice trembling. "Are you with me for the love we have or for the life I've built?" She blinked, taken aback, then folded her arms defensively. "So this is what it's come to? You'd rather listen to strangers and some internet preacher than to the woman who's been by your side all along?" The argument escalated quickly, voices rising, tears spilling. Neighbors later claimed they could hear shouting through the walls. "You don't trust me," she sobbed. "I want to trust you," Travis fired back, "but I can't ignore the signs. I can't ignore what people are telling me." The room grew heavy with silence. Finally, she stormed out, slamming the door behind her. Travis was left staring at the empty doorway, his heart pounding with regret and fear. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Dr. Umar doubled down on his message. In a live stream viewed by tens of thousands, he addressed the situation directly. Brothers, we cannot let young kings like Travis fall into the trap set before them. Money, fame, and power attract all kinds of people, but not all of them come with love in their hearts. Travis must be careful, or he will end up as just another story of talent destroyed by betrayal. The words spread across social media, sparking even more debate. Some applauded Dr. Umar for protecting Travis, while others accused him of meddling in a relationship he didn't fully understand. Travis's family, however, grew more vocal. His mother reportedly called him late one night, her voice filled with urgency. "Baby, you have to listen. I'm your mother, and I know when something doesn't feel right. She's hiding something, I can feel it." Travis, torn and exhausted, replied, "Mom, I can't keep living like this. I feel like I'm drowning." Friends noticed the toll it was taking on him. One close friend described seeing Travis sitting in his car for hours after practice, his head in his hands. He wasn't the same Travis we all knew. He was broken, like he was carrying the weight of the world, but the drama didn't stop there. Just when fans thought they'd seen it all, shocking screenshots began to circulate online. Alleged text messages between Travis's fiancée and her so-called ex. In them, she supposedly bragged, "He thinks I love him, but he's my ticket. I'm setting myself up for life." The internet exploded. Was this proof? Or just another fabrication to stir chaos? Travis confronted her again, this time with fire in his eyes. "Explain this to me," he shouted, waving his phone. "Is this real? Did you really say this?" She denied it vehemently, insisting the messages were fake. "Someone is trying to destroy us," she pleaded, grabbing his arm. "You can't believe everything you see online." But Travis couldn't shake the doubt. He pulled away, muttering, "I don't know what to believe anymore." The cracks in their relationship widened, and soon even the public began to sense the inevitable. Fans posted videos with dramatic music, predicting a breakup, while others prayed that Travis would see the truth before it's too late. And then came the bombshell that no one saw coming. Dr. Umar revealed that he had been contacted directly by someone close to Travis's fiancée. During a fiery live stream, he said, "A source reached out to me, someone who knows her personally. They told me she's been planning this from the very beginning, that this was never about love, it was about security, wealth, and status." Gasps echoed online. Fans replayed the clip thousands of times, dissecting every word. Could it be true? Had she really plotted from the start to latch onto Travis's rising star? The fiancée, feeling cornered, went on a public rant of her own. In a tearful video, she lashed out at Dr. Umar. "He doesn't know me, he doesn't know our love. How dare he destroy my reputation for views and clout? I have done nothing but love Travis with my whole heart, and now everyone's painting me as some villain." But her video only intensified the storm. Fans flooded the comments, some calling her performance fake tears, others accusing her of deflecting. Travis, meanwhile, retreated further into isolation. He stopped posting on social media, stopped showing up to team events, and even skipped a scheduled interview. Insiders say he spent his days pacing the floor, replaying conversations in his head, wondering if every "I love you" he'd ever heard was genuine or calculated. His teammates worried. One of them reportedly confronted him in the locker room. "Man, you're not yourself. You need to figure this out before it eats you alive." Travis simply shook his head, whispering, "I don't know how." The weight of the decision bore down heavier with each passing day. Should he trust his heart, or should he listen to the warnings that seemed to echo from every corner of his life? The story reached a boiling point when a family gathering turned into an all-out war. His mother, standing firm, told the fiancée to her face, "If you love my son, prove it. Sign a prenup." The fiancée's expression darkened. "So that's what this is about? You think I'm just here for money?" She snapped. "I think you're hiding something," his mother shot back. The room erupted into shouting, with relatives taking sides. Some defended her, insisting love shouldn't be reduced to contracts, while others argued that if her love was genuine, while others arguing a prenup shouldn't matter. Travis sat silently in the middle of it all, his hands trembling, his mind spiraling. The walls seemed to close in as voices clashed around him, and for the first time, he wondered if love was truly worth this chaos. By the end of the night, nothing had been resolved. If anything, the lines were drawn deeper, the wounds cut sharper, and the drama intensified. And as the storm raged on, a question hung heavy in the air. Was Travis on the verge of uncovering the truth? Or was he being pushed into destroying the one relationship he thought he could trust? The answer, everyone knew, was just around the corner, and it promised to be explosive. The fallout from that family gathering lingered like smoke after a fire, clinging to every corner of Travis's world. His mother refused to speak to his fiancé refused to back down, and Travis himself was stuck in the unbearable silence of the middle. The tension was so thick that even teammates who came by to check on him could feel it. One friend later said, walking into that house felt like walking into a battlefield. You could practically hear the walls shaking with unspoken words. In the days that followed, Travis's fiancée shifted tactics. Instead of arguing, she became distant, cold, almost strategic. She stopped trying to win over his family, stopped posting sentimental messages online, and began focusing only on Travis. "We don't need them," she whispered one night, curling up next to him. "It's you and me against the world." But those words, meant to comfort, only unsettled him further. Against the world? Travis wasn't sure if that was love or manipulation. Rumors continued to swirl online, feeding his paranoia. A blogger claimed to have uncovered receipts showing luxury items, purchased under Travis's account but allegedly delivered to his fiancée's sister. Another gossip page posted photos of her spotted leaving a restaurant with a man they claimed was her ex. Fans flooded the comments with fire emojis and disbelief. "This is a setup. He needs to run," one fan wrote. "It's all lies. They're just jealous," another replied. The digital battlefield mirrored the one in Travis's heart. Umar, never one to back down, escalated the pressure. In another fiery live broadcast, he declared, "Young King Travis is being deceived. I have received confirmation that she has been plotting to secure his wealth. And let me say this, if he does not take precautions, if he does not open his eyes, he will regret it for the rest of his life. He will regret it for the rest of his life." His words echoed far and wide, sparking headlines that dominated sports talk shows. Anchors debated the situation as if it were a playoff game. One said, "This is bigger than football. This is about a man protecting his legacy." Another countered, "We don't know the truth. We're tearing apart a young man's relationship based on rumors." The debate left Travis spiraling. He tried to talk it out with his fiancée again, but every conversation ended in shouting, "Why can't you trust me?" She cried, her voice cracking. "Because everything feels wrong." Travis shouted back, "The timing, the money, the rumors, I can't ignore it anymore." In desperation, his fiancée made a bold move. She showed up unannounced at his team's practice facility, publicly embracing him in front of teammates and reporters. "We're fine, we're in love," she said loudly, kissing him while cameras flashed up. But behind the smiles, teammates noticed his jaw clenched tight, his eyes distant. One of them later admitted that wasn't love. That was a performance. The performance didn't end there. Later that week, she went live on social media, addressing the rumors head-on. With tears streaming down her face, she said, "People are trying to tear us apart because they can't stand to see us happy. They want to see us fail, but our love is stronger than their lies." Her fans rushed to her defense, sending messages of support. But skeptics weren't convinced. Some slowed down the video, pointing out moments where her tears seemed to vanish as quickly as they appeared. And then came the most shocking twist yet. An anonymous source leaked audio recordings, allegedly of the fiancé on a phone call. In the recordings, a woman's voice eerily similar to hers could be heard saying, "Once the ring is on my finger, it's only a matter of time before the money is mine." The internet erupted. Hashtags exploded across social media, fans demanded answers. And even sports networks picked up the story. Travis, blindsided, locked himself away for days. "This can't be real," he muttered to himself, pacing the floor. She wouldn't say that. She wouldn't. But doubt gnawed at him, every second a reminder that maybe, just maybe, Umar had been right all along. His fiancée, furious, denied everything. "That's not me," she insisted, slamming her phone onto the table. "Someone faked that. They want to ruin us. You can't believe it. Then why does it sound exactly like you?" Travis demanded, his voice breaking. The confrontation ended with her storming out yet again, leaving Travis in tears. Meanwhile, his mother and family doubled down, urging him to end the engagement. "She's showing you who she really is," his mother pleaded. "Don't ignore it, Travis, please, but love is stubborn." Despite the evidence, despite the warnings, Travis couldn't bring himself to cut ties completely. Late at night, he still replayed their good moments in his mind, the laughter, the road trips, the quiet mornings together. "Maybe I'm wrong," he whispered to himself. "Maybe she really does love me." Fans grew increasingly divided, with some begging him to leave her and others defending her with hashtags like #LetTravisLove. The debate became a cultural storm, sparking conversations about love, money, and trust. In the middle of this chaos, Dr. Umar made one final push. During a televised interview, he looked straight into the camera and said, "Young brother Travis, I'm telling you again, wake up. She will take half of everything you've worked for. History has shown this time and time again. You are not immune. Protect yourself before it's too late." The words hit like a hammer. Reports say Travis sat in his car after seeing the broadcast, staring into space for nearly 2 hours. As if the situation wasn't complicated enough, a new revelation surfaced. His fiancée had secretly met with a lawyer. Someone close to the law firm leaked that she'd been asking detailed questions about marriage laws, divorce settlements, and property rights. The revelation shattered whatever fragile trust remained. When Travis confronted her, his voice cracked with disbelief. "Tell me it's not true. Tell me you didn't meet with a lawyer." Her silence said everything. Finally, she whispered, "I just wanted to understand what I'd be walking into. That doesn't mean I don't love you." But to Travis, it felt like confirmation of every fear he'd tried so hard to ignore. The relationship now hung by a thread, one wrong word away from complete collapse. And as the pressure mounted, the world waited breathlessly to see what Travis would do. Would he walk away and protect his fortune? Or would he ignore the warnings and risk everything for love that may or may not be real? The next move would determine not just his relationship, but possibly the rest of his career and legacy. And everyone from his family to his fans to Dr. Umar himself was watching closely. The days following the lawyer revelation felt like a slow-motion collapse of everything. Travis thought he knew. He barely spoke to anyone, retreating into a world of headphones, dark rooms, and sleepless nights. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw flashes of the woman he loved smiling at him, then flashes of her whispering to someone else, plotting behind his back. He was stuck in a loop of love and suspicion, unable to break free. His fiancée, on the other hand, shifted into damage control. She posted carefully curated photos of the two of them together, smiling as if nothing was wrong. "Forever Us," one caption read. Fans who didn't know the full story rushed to celebrate the couple, but those who did immediately called out the performance. "This is staged," one commenter wrote. "She's trying to control the narrative." The tension reached a breaking point when Travis's teammates staged an intervention. One evening after practice, they cornered him in the locker room. "Bro, listen to us," one said firmly. "You're our brother, and we've been watching this eat you alive. She's playing a game, and you're the one who's gonna lose." Travis, his eyes bloodshot, snapped back. "You don't know her like I do." Another teammate replied softly, "Maybe not, but we know you. And this version of you. This isn't the Travis we know. She's changing you, and not for the better." Their words hit harder than he expected. That night, he drove aimlessly around the city, the weight of the decision pressing down on him. He thought about the kid he used to be, dreaming of making it big, and wondered if that kid would be proud of the man he had become or disappointed in how tangled he was in a love that felt more like a trap. Just when he thought things couldn't get worse, another leak surfaced. This time it was a video allegedly showing his fiancée in an intimate dinner with another man. The video wasn't conclusive, no kissing, no incriminating gestures, but the body language was enough to fuel suspicion. She leaned in close, laughed a little too hard, touched his hand briefly. The internet lost its mind. "She's caught," one fan wrote. "There's no way Travis can ignore this." Others defended her, insisting it was just a friend, claiming the clip was taken out of context. When Travis confronted her, the fight was nuclear. "You told me you loved me," he shouted, his voice raw. "And I do," she screamed back. "That was nothing, just dinner with a friend." Then why does it look like more than that? He demanded. Because people want it to look that way. She snapped, tears streaming down her face. They want to ruin us. The shouting match ended with Travis punching the wall, his knuckles bleeding, while she stormed into the bedroom, slamming the door. The next morning, reports say Travis's mother showed up unannounced. She hugged him tightly, whispering, "Son, you don't have to go through this. You don't owe anyone your peace. You have the power to walk away." Her words broke him. For the first time, Travis allowed himself to cry openly in front of his mother, sobbing like the weight of the world had finally become too much to carry. But even then, his fiancée refused to back down. Later that day, she confronted him again, this time calmer, almost icy. "If you walk away now, you'll regret it. We've built a life together. You can't just throw it away because of rumors and lies. Throw it away because of rumors and lies." Travis looked at her, searching her eyes for any sign of the love he once believed in. But all he saw was calculation dot, and then came the ultimate twist: documents leaked from a legal office, suggesting his fiancée had already drafted potential divorce settlements before they were even married. The documents outlined hypothetical scenarios of asset division, spousal support, and financial guarantees. The leak shattered everything. Fans were stunned, teammates were furious, and his family felt vindicated. "This is it," his mother said. "You can't deny the truth anymore." Travis confronted her one last time, holding the papers in his hands. "Explain this," he demanded, his voice breaking. She froze, her silence louder than any confession. Finally, she whispered, "I was just protecting myself." "Protecting yourself?" Travis repeated, his voice filled with disbelief. "From me?" The silence that followed was the final nail in the coffin. The relationship, once paraded as a fairy tale romance, crumbled before the world's eyes. Fans flooded social media with reactions, some heartbroken, some saying, "I told you so," and others begging Travis to heal and focus on his career. Dr. Umar, of course, was quick to respond. In another live stream, he declared, "This is exactly what I warned about. Love without discernment leads to destruction." Travis must rebuild, not just his career, but his sense of self. Let this be a lesson to all young kings: protect your legacy. Though some accused him of gloating, many agreed his words had come true. In the weeks that followed, Travis distanced himself from the public eye. He deleted photos of her from his social media, unfollowed her, and stopped addressing questions about the relationship. Instead, he poured himself back into training, trying to reclaim the parts of himself he felt had been lost. But even as he moved forward, the scars of the drama remained. Whispers about betrayal, greed, and manipulation clung to his name like a shadow. Fans still debated the truth, with some insisting she had been misunderstood, while others swore she was a master manipulator who nearly destroyed him. And through it all, one question lingered in the minds of everyone watching. Had Travis escaped just in time, or had the damage already been done? The saga ended not with a dramatic reconciliation, but with silence, the kind of silence that follows a storm, heavy and uncertain. But one thing was undeniable. Travis Hunter's love story had become one of the most shocking dramas in sports and entertainment. A cautionary tale about trust, loyalty, and the price of ignoring the warnings until it's almost too late. And so, the dust settles, but the echoes of this drama are far from gone. Travis Hunter stands at a crossroads, his heart bruised, his trust shattered, and his future more fragile than ever. Was Dr. Umar's warning the saving grace that kept Travis from losing everything, or was it an intrusion that ripped apart what might have been real love? Fans remain divided, the family is still split, and the truth may never be fully known. What we do know is this: money, fame, and love are a dangerous cocktail, and when mixed together, they can either build a kingdom or burn it to the ground. As you sit with this story, ask yourself, was she really in it for love? Or was she playing a long game that nearly cost Travis everything? Do you believe Dr. Umar was right to speak up, or did he cross a line that no one should cross? And most importantly, what would you have done if you were in Travis's shoes, followed your heart, or protected your legacy? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know whose side you're on. If you were shocked by this drama, make sure to hit that like button, because your support helps us bring you more stories like this one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next twist, scandal, or revelation. And trust me, with stories like this, you'll want to be the first to know. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and remember sometimes the biggest battles aren't fought on the field, but behind closed doors.